up? Carrie Lane here, and I'm here with a talented group of game performers. What brings you to Comic-Con 2024?
Well, we are on strike for video games. We are all members of SAG-AFTRA, the actors union, and unfortunately, it's come to the point in our negotiations process on our games contract that we are forced to take a bit of a labor action to kind of have them seriously address issues of protection and compensation and other issues crucial to continuing work on this contract. It's very serious. I'm so sorry. But yes, that's why.
No, it's important. And Comic-Con was affected last year because of the strike as well. And so it is a really real world application of we are here having fun at Comic-Con, but there are serious things going on. And you are part of what people want to come to Comic-Con for. Thus, you should be able to be like, this is important and be able to share it. What has the feedback been from people attending, or if people asked you what's going on?
It's been really positive. We had a panel this morning that was all three of us, and then also Shannon Woodward, who was in The Last of Us and on Westworld. And when we said that we were on strike, the crowd cheered, not because they're happy we're out of work, but because they support the cause. And so it was really, really affirming to know that, this group of people, it's obvious that what we're asking for is fair and that they support us in trying to get it.
Any other interesting moments from that panel? Because that is a unique situation where people can interact with the fans in a large scale capacity. Was there any kind of Q&A or interesting feedback you got during the panel?
Well, I think one of the wonderful things is one of the first people that came up ended up being a game dev who was involved in writing for games and in a game that
she wrote for us.
Yeah. And,
which we never got to meet her before, but it's amazing. Yeah.
And it's just a heartfelt kind of statement of support and explaining how grateful that she was to have performers that bring their words to life. And I don't know, that just totally blew my mind in a wonderful way. It was awesome.
Have you had, we're a couple days in already, have you had any other opportunities to connect with fans and be able to talk more one-on-one, or has your schedule been a little more all over the place?
Mine's been a little all over.
Okay.
Sarah's the chair of the negotiating committees, so
Okay.
she's running around like a chicken with her head cut off.
Yeah.
But with, poise and
I like a poised
Chicken.
headless
poise,
chicken. Thank
yeah,
you so much.
poised headless chicken.
Yeah, I've been just getting our messaging out and with press and in our panel, but so I haven't really had that kind of an interaction yet. Although that would be so fun, I would love that.
We're seeing a lot of. I haven't either because we sort of I just got here yesterday night basically, but we saw a lot of stuff online of support from fans that they want us to get the AI protections that we need.
And I want to just point out that both of you walking the halls have constant one-on-one interactions because, like you're saying, that folks connect with these performances and are excited to meet and to talk with these performers, and it's been lovely to just watch them move through space and constantly have see that recognition and that appreciation. That's beautiful.
I was not expecting that. That
It's
was
awesome.
really, really uplifting. So that's cool.
And Comic-Con is such a huge entity and platform. How does that affect getting your message out, and what is that experience like of being at such a worldwide stage? I mean, I know we're here just in San Diego, but this has far-reaching abilities.
Yeah, I mean, we thought a lot about this announcement and how it was how to get the word out, and Comic-Con was a very large part of that thinking and preparation in terms of realizing that this was what would need to happen and what would need to happen in that moment, and then immediately preparing to come and deliver this message here. And so I'm excited to be here. I'm happy to be here. Excited to connect in this really both direct and also kind of quickly and rapidly, widely reaching way with everybody. So our considerations around Comic-Con and prep and materials and all of that other, as well as carving out our strike rules for this weekend to allow performers time to study and understand the strike rules really clearly, and to continue with their weekend and really focus just on being loud and talking about their work and the love that they have for their work and connecting with fans and to have the exact experience we had on the panel. So yeah, a lot of thought and preparation went into being here today.
It feels like there's definitely a lot to it, but for viewers, can you explain what the primary issues you want addressed and in a simplified form? Because it's one of those everybody wants to know and be able to understand why, and I think it'd be great if you could give bullet points of what are the main things that you are looking for.
Sure. We have resolved or reached tentative agreements on a number of proposals, but from the beginning, we had absolute clarity that what we would need to get a deal on this contract in this moment, in this term, was around AI protections. That was certainly an issue in last year's negotiations as well. I would say it's probably the centerpiece issue in these negotiations for us. We've been clear from day one that, consent, transparency, information provided to actors so that they can give a proper informed decision and consent to the use of this tool, this new tool, as well as proper compensation. These are very basic, understandable, I think, principles. And then there's detail work in that contract language, and they're shared across contracts across SAG-AFTRA. So last year, it was the same principle, the same approach, right? Consent, transparency, and compensation. And really making sure that all performers and all types of performance that our union members bring to these games to help bring games characters to life are covered appropriately and acknowledged as performance and as protected performance. And that has been a bit of a challenge just on this couch. We have folks who do voice only most of the time, or voice and face, or body, or all three. That's just the nature of how games are made, and it's a really beautiful way to create characters. You have sometimes you have specialists doing multiple different things, and what we get are incredible heroes that get the best of everything. And so making sure that that our employers don't find a way to separate or provide protections for some and not others has been a bit of a challenge, and so that's what's brought us here today.
No, thank you for breaking that down. It is one of those things of course, the fans is wonderful to hear that they're supported, which they should be, but it's still that thing of sometimes you don't know, and you get here to Comic-Con. I'm glad to hear that everybody's being supportive. What are you looking forward to for the rest of the weekend, or what other activities are you trying to make sure happen?
One of the things I'm actually looking forward to doing is just going out there and being amongst these fans, and because I'm a huge nerd and I love this stuff, but to kind of interact with these people one-on-one and have a chance to kind of talk to them and let them know how grateful I am for their support is super cool. So I'm looking forward to that.
And as we're wrapping up, any other final words or anything else you'd like to share?
Just that I'm so encouraged by the support. It's been really meaningful to make this announcement and then come and immerse ourselves in fans and devs and other people, and to have that response come back and have it be real and has been really lovely and beautiful. So it's nice after many months of kind of being in this kind of enclosed process to kind of involve everyone and educate everybody and to feel their support and solidarity has been really wonderful. So thanks Comic-Con, and thank you everyone who brings that energy. I'm just really grateful.
Well, I think San Diego Comic-Con is it's a celebration of a love for storytelling, right? In so many different ways. And at the end of the day, I can't think of a better place for us to have kind of taken our stand, because all we're asking is for the ability to continue doing what we love, and that we should stand by the principle that loving something should never be a weakness to be exploited, and I think so being able to hold it at a venue where we get to celebrate storytelling is awesome.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much, and thank you for sharing everything, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your Comic-Con.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.